Hello. So today I'm going to do a bit of a guide for you guys for Last Man Standing mode in old school RuneScape. Now, what Last Man Standing is a player versus player battle royale minigame. A lot of guides I was watching are sort of complex and hard to understand for a beginner, so I'll sort of just teach the real basics to PKing. So the first thing you're going to want to know is where it's located. It's in Ferox Enclave, so you get there via Ring of Dueling to the Ferox Enclave, or you can just go minigame teleport to Last Man Standing. Now, once you're here, you're going to want to go to World 390, which is the LMS competitive world. The Australian one seems to be the only one that gets a large amount of players at the moment. I'm not sure why. There is Last Man Standing World for an American server and I believe a UK server, but for some reason the Australian one's the only one that gets players at the moment. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get here, and you're on the right world, is talk to this bitch here, Lisa. It'll be a quick tutorial, go through some text, and teach you sort of how to play the game. Don't fucking read it, don't worry about it. And then go over to this supply chest. This is where you sort out your inventory and what you're wearing when you come into the game. So I wear my mage gear first. This is sort of my layout. Everyone does it a bit different, but I like to keep my armor and weapons sort of here, so when you're switching prayers and doing your special attack, it's all sort of in the same area, so you're not moving your mouse around lots. So copy this, save this, and go from here. It's a good start. Before you actually go into a game, you're going to want to set up your hotkeys. So what your hotkeys are you keybind your combat options, inventory, your prayer, and magic book to your F keys. So you can jump around quickly by one button press rather than having to move your mouse around and waste that time in the fight. So the way I set it up is like this: F4, F1, F3, and F2. But what I actually do is I get a program called Auto Hotkeys. I'll leave a link in the description. And I set my side mouse buttons to my prayer and my inventory. So I hover two fingers over my combat and my magic book, and then with my thumb I'm switching between my prayer and my inventory. And I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that with RuneScape's rules, because you're only doing a one-to-one button swap. Makes it really easy to find your switches, just don't get confused on what button you're pressing. When fighting people, you've got three types of prayers. So you've got your magic prayers, your range prayers, and your melee prayers. So you're going to want to always have the protection prayer on that the other person is trying to hit you with, and then the offensive prayer on that you are hitting with. Now, when you're first starting, it's good to just do the defensive prayers and not worry too much about the offensive, because a lot of clicking gets confusing. But once you sort of get the hang of it, you want to make sure you're always on the right prayer. So if you're attacking them with range, you want this. Bloody da, you get the gist. Now, how to get into a game is you walk through this weird fucking portal wall thing, go into this room, and you wait a little bit and you'll be teleported into the game. Once you're in the game, you drink one dose of each of your potions. So I'll slow this down. I'll drink one of the consumption potions to boost my HP, though it lowers your combat. So then you drink a restore to offset that, and then you drink your combat potion and your ranging potion to then boost your stats. When the game actually starts, you want to catch an early freeze on your opponent, so you quickly whack on your protect from magic prayer to stop them from freezing you, and also your offensive magic prayer. So then you cast your barrage onto them, ice barrage, and hopefully get the catch. When you get them frozen, it sort of gives you the upper hand on the fight because they can no longer move. So you're free to jump around and switch between your armor and prayers and sort of have the upper hand on them. Now you're going to want to spend most of your time sitting in your tank gear. So your tank gear is your D-hide and your plate legs. So at the start, once you get the freeze off, I don't have an opponent. Oh, here he is. Go for that freeze. Probably won't get it with him praying mage. And then you're going to switch to your tank gear. So now I'm attacking with range. I switch to my offensive range prayer, defensive range prayer, because he's on range. So I'm doing this quite badly because I'm trying to talk over it. Now he's on mage. I go mage defense. Now if I want to switch to mage 2, I put my offense on first, chuck my mage gear on, and then cast a barrage on him. Now he's gone range again. I'll put my offense on. And it's just back and forth. You've got to keep up to date with it. It's really hard, it's really quick. You get the hang of it though in a few games. Do expect to die a lot at the start though. Oh, fuck. Cunt. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Fuck me. Go for the freeze. Prayer's on. Offensive prayer, defensive prayer. See, he's attacking me with melee now. For the melee protection. And I'll switch to my range gear. Go for the range attack. Range offensive. This motherfucker's switching heaps and I fucking suck. And see he's praying range, so I'll switch to melee. Go to my spec attack. And spec him while he's off prayer. Boom, 26. Now he's back on mage. And I'm an idiot. Basically just want to watch what they're doing. See, he's got his whip out, so I'll switch to melee. Runs off, changing to mage gear, so I go into my mage prayer range. See, this guy's switching around a lot, so you've got to be really constant with it. Fuck off. Now once you get a kill for the first time, you get one of these bloody keys. So there's a bunch of these chests laying around the map. Go up to a chest and open it. You have a certain amount of time between your last kill and when someone can attack you, so you're safe to go to a chest, and then you get a bunch of fancy items from here. So I'll wear that, I'll keep the cape switch, and then you can go from there with your fresh gear. That's pretty much the bare minimum of what you need to know for LMS. There's a lot more to PKing and you will learn as you go. You could probably do a more in-depth guide, but I've kind of kept this to the bare minimum for those beginner players. It will be confusing and a little bit daunting at the start, and you will die a lot, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. It's lots of fun, at least for old school, which can be quite boring. So, all the best for learning, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. God damn it, cunt.